Hi, my friends, it's Meredith. How are you? My God, I hope that you are doing so well, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I want to help you in all ways understand yourself and your life and how we can use the energy to develop our best and highest selves and the best possible outcomes in our life. We're going through really tough times right now. And what I want to do in this video is I really want to teach you how to see the chart. I want to teach you how to peel the onion and get down deep into your own soul's code and how to decode it. We're about to step into probably one of the hardest months of the year here in October. So we're going to talk about this new moon. I'm going to tell you how it's going to affect each and every sign. So let's dive in. We're going to start, of course, with Aries. Why is this moon so challenging for Aries? As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you why this moon is fairly challenging for every sign. And it's just because together, collectively, the planets that are aligned in the universe today, they speak to us. The way they line up with our own personal sun signs, moon signs, Venuses, Mars, it matters. They're having a conversation with us. And this time is a time of massive growth, not only on the individual level, which I'm going to talk to you about today, how this new moon in Libra is going to grow you, affect you, set you up. What is it asking you to do? What is challenging about it? And I've got my notes here because it's complex and it's complicated, but I'm going to make it really, hopefully, simple and juicy for you. So we're going to start with Aries. I'm going to go through all of the signs. Mars is in retrograde in Aries, and you can see it here. And it is at 20 degrees. And you can also see that the sun and the moon are sitting at 23 degrees exact. A new moon is when the sun and the moon are exactly in the same place in the universe, and it happens once a month. Sometimes we get a second new moon within our 30 days. That's called a blue moon. And sometimes we get 2 new moons in a month. But you can see that the sun and the moon are at this 23 degrees Libra. And if you are in Aries, this is opposing you. So the sun, the way the world is operating, so the heart and the soul of the collective of the universe is in opposition with your life force, with your self-expression. So you're going to feel like your mere expression is being stifled or blocked or not well responded to. So you might feel like you have to amp up and be stronger. And the truth is, because Mars is in retrograde and your sun will be sitting on that Mars, is you're actually supposed to pause, take a break, step back, and reflect. And that is challenging for Aries. But that's what you need to do. So manifest diplomacy. Manifest when you write out. Have you seen my new moon ritual? Go look at my video with the new moon ritual and I teach you how to manifest. Manifest tranquility and peace and harmony. Manifest the ability to stay graceful, tactful, and diplomatic. Pause and reflect. Don't be impatient. Okay, Taurus. Right now you can see that Uranus, the lightning bolt, the revolutionary planet, the revolt, if you will, the revolt around food and currency and human value, self-esteem and self-confidence. Am I worth something? That is the planet Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is about worth, my financial worth, my self-worth, it's about food, it's about currency, commerce, it's about building something, and we've got Uranus there. So if you are a Taurus right now, this new moon in Libra, it's really interesting. Libra and Taurus are both ruled by Venus. So Libra is kind of like your cousin, and it's having a new moon. And I really think if you're willing to stand in the revolution of the things that you believe in and the things that you want, you can really harness this other face of Venus. And if you can be a little tiny bit more intellectual, and what I mean by that is step into the mental puzzle more than the physical puzzle. Now, you're going to be really good if you believe in something. You are hands-on. But I want you to push the energy up to intellectual strategy around the things you want. So let's say you want a new job. I want you to mentally create the energy that can understand all sides of the equation. How can you get this new job, interview for this new job, step into this new relationship, create this new cause? How can you intellectualize it so you can be more effective boots on the ground? Because you are standing in the core of a revelation. You are being begged to have a breakthrough and to have the courage to break through the old stagnant ways that are archaic, that no longer serve your life. You might be having a crisis of sorts, but this crisis wants to usher in new opportunities for you. But what I'm saying is don't be just a doer. Intellectualize and strategize what you're actually doing to be more effective. Okay, let's talk about Gemini now. It's a little bit subtle. If you don't know advanced astrology, you will see that the Gemini theme, it's a little bit buried, but they are struggling right now. And I have Geminis in my life that I love and adore. Also, the President of the United States is a Gemini, and he's quite struggling. I'll show you how to see it. The North Node is in Gemini. And so Geminis are being asked to rise up to their highest potential. And their highest potential is going to come from humbling themselves, because they're being asked to let go of the negative side of Sagittarius. What is the negative side of Sagittarius? The negative side of Sagittarius is self-righteousness, bombastic, my way or the highway, a giant blazing forest fire of a temper. It is harsh. It is too direct. It is foot and mouth syndrome. It is too brazen, too brash, too much, too big, too much royalty. They are the gods. They're ruled by Jupiter. And so they're arrogant asses. When they are on their low side, they think they know everything. Try to tell a Sagittarius that's a little bit unhealthy that they're wrong. So they have to let this go. Humility. And they have to step into the Gemini energy. What is Gemini energy when it is at its highest source? The facts. The most brilliant communicators. So they're being asked to rise up. Now, because the nodal axis, why am I saying this? Well, hopefully you can see in the chart that Geminis, so you're going to have your sun right here on the nodal axis. And this is a destiny year for Geminis and Sagittariuses. So whatever you are doing right now, especially under this new moon that is in your favor, this new moon likes you. And this Mars in Aries in retrograde also likes you. So you work really well with the opposition that Libras and Aries don't. And so hopefully this is teaching you how complex astrology is and how different and unique it is, and how you can't just look at sun sign astrology. You got to look at how the planets and the nodes are speaking to you. So the North Node is on your sun. This is a time for total glory if you can handle it. Can you level up? Can you let go of the dark side of Sagittarius qualities? Because if you can, you won't get swallowed up by the abyss. So Gemini has the South Node opposing their sun and has the North Node on their sun. The North Node is your North Star, and it is begging you to be more. And if you can't become more, if you can't level up in your courage, in your best self, You are going to get sucked down into the vortex of the negative side of Sagittarius. And trust me, that is horrifying. That looks like being swallowed up by this overwhelming, overpowering force that felt like the Australian forest fires or the California forest fires, or all the forest fires here in the United States on the West Coast. Horrifying. Like you have no chance to run. So you have to level up or perish. So Geminis are in a do or die situation. They are suffering from this Venus in Virgo and this Neptune in Pisces. So do not lose your faith. You will feel like you are losing your self-worth and maybe even your faith right now. I'm telling you, positive self-talk. You can do it. Hitch your wagon, hitch yourself to that North Star. Okay, Cancers are struggling right now, and I'll tell you why. Their sun sign is in opposition to all of this Pluto, and they are having sort of a reboot on who are they. They're trying to understand their own personal power. They are trying to understand their identities, and they may be really suffering. There's losses in Cancer's lives, and there's probably fear of the unknown, and they do have the blessing a little bit of that Neptune and that Venus. So I say meditate, slow down, pray, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and realize that this is going to get better starting February of next year. So Cancers are struggling. Give your Cancer some love. They may need to slow down, go within, and reevaluate, because Cancer and Capricorn are just having a hell of a time, along with the Aries and Libras. And the reason why is, I'll just light this chart up for you. So Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter, so their hopes, dreams, and wishes, their highest self, their Pluto, that's the planet of transformation, death, and loss, and Saturn, the god of karma, is opposing who they are. Mars in retrograde in Aries is antagonizing their soul. And the new moon in Libra is in square or challenge, so they don't feel like they're getting their way right now. They like to isolate, they like their own space, but they don't like this much isolation. It's like there's no way out. The only way out is the Venus and the Neptune. And the Venus and the Neptune are in opposition of one another, but they do work well with Cancer. So Cancer has to remember they are worth something, Venus. They are of value. And then they have to remember that there is a God and to keep the faith. They do like the Uranus in Taurus, so they can, if they hang their hat on that Uranus, they can help this revolution through the power of their love and their healing. So there is hope in there. They have to dig for it. I think Leos are, they're doing the best with this transit probably. They like this new moon. They like Aries in retrograde. And if you are a Leo with Cancer in your chart, that's the struggle. But the Leo energy can fare through this fairly well. I have a couple Leos in my life that are really suffering, but in truth, both of them have Cancer moons, and both of them are Cancer risings. And that's hard. So if your rising sign is Aries, Libra, Capricorn, or Cancer, that's tough. And if you're a Leo, that's hard. That's a giant identity crisis. And there's losses in that. But Leo energy can really fare fairly well. We're going to need to lean on their shoulders. And they are the Santa Clauses, so they're probably being the beacons of light right now. They like the nodal axis, they like the new moon, they like the sun, and they like this Mars. So they have a real opportunity to build something beautiful. Okay, my Virgos. Let's talk about Virgo. Virgo's struggling a little bit because you've got Neptune, your hope, your belief in something bigger than your own productivity. The Neptune is the divine connection. And that is being challenged right now. Remembering to have faith in yourself and have faith in the process. It's also hard for Virgo because this nodal axis, this destiny line, is in square to your sun. And so it's sort of like, which way do I want to go? Who do I want to be? What do I want to do right now? What I do like for Virgo is I don't love the Aries and I don't love the Libra. I'll give you one little thing that I do like. This Pluto at 22 degrees is actually bringing you some personal power and the guts to finally transform. I want to say something here. If you are loving learning this astrology from me, if you're loving peeling the onion and you want to go really, really deep and you want to understand how this really works in your chart, I have hired a new team and I want you to check them out and get a reading from them. We're doing introductory rates, and so they're really affordable. But go on my soulnavigation.com website and pick one of the astrologers that I've hired to work with me. They lead with love, they are generous, they will change your lives. Go pick an astrologer. They will help you tremendously. I also have brilliant tarot card readers and psychics there too, so check them out as well. But the astrologers that I hired are so gifted, so talented, and so amazing, and they are worth it. So if you want to dive in deeper, my calendar is a little crammed, it's busy, it's hard to get on my calendar, but go jump on there. You can book a reading right away. You will love them. Okay, my fellow Libras, first, I love you. I am sending you so much love, and I have this very aspect in my own chart. So that's why I'm wearing my harmony necklace. Actually, this is my love necklace, and it's bringing me self-love and self-care and remembering to take care of myself because this is my moon sign, and so I feel you. And I have suffered terribly under the duress of these transits this year. And, thank God I have the ability of my faith and my astrology and my family to pull through it. But this is tough. This is your new moon, but this moon is very painful. It's one of the hardest days of the year for you. Now, I love that you get the moon on this day, but I just don't want it to make you more emotional. So this moon is an exact square to Pluto, and that's tender. So I want you to take care if you are a Libra. Raise your vibrational energy up, maybe hunker down, maybe invest in yourself, and connect to the people that you love. And remember the blessings in your life. Focus on the positive. I am telling you this so you can change the energy, not so you are in fear of succumbing to negativity. But Libras are struggling. You've got this whole square to all this Capricorn. You've got this opposition to Mars. This is really tough. So if you experience some losses or setbacks right now, I want you to know they're here to grow you. They're here to build your character, your grit, your tenacity, and ultimately your faith. You can also do your meditation and your prayers on this night and wear your tranquility crystal. You can buy my tranquility crystal, which brings you peace and harmony. And when you wear it, it elevates your energy automatically because it's an aura quartz crystal. You can go read all about it at soulnavigation.com. Just hit the shop tab. But if you need, your crystals are healing. They really are healing. And you can charge them up in this new moon to bring you peace and love and harmony and balance and justice to your life. And those are the things you need to pray for. We have two more hits with this, one around in late November and one right before Christmas. So Libras, hold on tight. It is going to get better for us. It is going to get better. It's going to take until next February. So you have to do whatever it is. Use your crystals, manifest, pray, take your Epsom salt baths, nurture your soul. And I'm being serious. You can rise up and raise up, and you can put positivity into your life. It's just that it requires a little more intention, a little more work. Okay, let's talk Scorpio. Scorpio is doing well with the Venus and the Neptune. And so I like that ultimately at the end of the day, there is a hope, there is a belief in self, and there is also an understanding of the picture is larger than myself. So Scorpios are pretty sacrificial right now, just to be honest. They are in service to other people, most likely. One of the things that's hard for them, though, is the opposition over here to Uranus. So they are being asked to change things up. And if they aren't changing things up in their life, things will be changed up for them. And they might get shocks, and they might get awes, and they might get surprises that don't feel comfortable or are painful. With Uranus opposing their sun, it's like they might get shocking news or shocking bits that are uncomfortable and that their soul doesn't want. So these changes that are going to come in could be painful and hard, but as long as they stand in the service of others, remembering that life is much bigger than just their own way, and that there is a God. And when they can bask in that glory, they do better. So they cannot lose their faith right now. Their faith is everything. They're hanging their hat on it. They do have personal power with all of this Capricorn going on. They like that. That's good. And I like that there's financial reward for Capricorns right now. I'm sorry, for Scorpios right now with the Capricorn and the Venus. There is financial and spiritual rewards, but I think they are going to face some hard stuff with this lightning bolt, with this revolutionary planet, which is uncomfortable. It feels like electricity jolting through their body. It's stressful having Uranus opposing their sun sign. Okay, Sagittarius is kind of a mixed bag. First of all, it's a destiny year for Sagittarius, but they've got the South Node on their soul. And the South Node is the baggage, it's the Achilles heel. And so they are very tempted to step into the truth and fight for the truth. But if they do it from the low side of Sagittarius, they will lose. They absolutely have got to pick themselves up and become a little bit emotionally detached, a little less emboldened, emblazoned, and passionate, and step into Gemini's energy that is far more detached. It creates space before reaction. It thinks things through a little bit better than Sag does. And it's very, very, very analytical. It measures the statistics. And Sag needs to do that. So Sag cannot be impulsive right now. It cannot be just acting out. It has to really have a careful plan in order to be productive. And it has to analyze. Sagittarius likes this moon, this new moon, and this sun. And it also likes Aries in Mars in retrograde. It's got to hold itself in rather than explode out. And I usually tell Sag, you need to live way big and way up. This is a time to really assess and evaluate. It's not doing well with the Virgo and Venus and the Neptune. And so it's a mixed bag. It also doesn't really appreciate its next door neighbor, Capricorn, because it's just too many rules and regulations. And so Sagittarius is having a destiny year right now, but it isn't going to come easily or simply. So on the 16th, Sagittarius needs to manifest restraint and the ability to calculate and the ability to step into the Neptune that is challenging them and the Venus. Like, know your worth, live out your worth, but just have humility around it and analytics. Come from the head right now. Really live in the mind. That's what Sag needs to do. So Sag is a mixed bag. It can experience the good with the positive aspects that are in the chart, and it can also lose its faith, and it can feel overwhelmed because things are not moving fast enough for them. So just, temper yourself, pace yourself. It's going to be okay. Capricorn, like Cancer, is really struggling right now, and you've been struggling for more than a year. I mean, you are paying your dues. You are paying your lifetime dues in 2020, and it started back in 2019. And my heart goes out to my Capricorns. You've probably suffered from very severe losses, and it's probably been painful. And I am sorry for that. And I wish I could make it so much better. Like my Cancers, these Capricorns have this Pluto sitting on their soul and Saturn squashing their soul, telling them to grow up. And we are going to mature you probably through the experience of losing something, losing some part of your identity or a loved one or your job or house or material goods or maybe even your health. So take care of your health, please, please, please. Your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. You're struggling with that Mars, you're struggling with that Libra new moon. So on the 16th, I want you to find dear friends to be with, friends that remind you of your greatness and how extraordinary you truly, truly are. And if you guys want to, if you want to understand this more, be a super supporter if you aren't already. I love my super supporters. I have 100 of you. But one of the things you get when you sign up, it's only 25 cents a day, by the way. But I want you to have a deeper insight into astrology because my astrology doesn't lie. Did you see? Are you a follower on my Instagram? Well, I posted all my predictions over there. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And if you're a super supporter, you already saw the video where I totally predicted that October 1st was going to be a disaster. This whole month is going to be so, so hard. Unless you choose to be the vessel of light that makes it different and lead with love. And if you haven't watched my October videos, please watch my October videos. Follow me on Instagram because I post mini versions of my videos over there and my predictions, and they've come true. And if you're a super supporter, you've already seen my October 1st full moon video, and you've already seen my predictions. So come be a super supporter for 25 cents a day, and you get all my behind the scenes videos. So, and I love my super supporters and I love interacting with you. And it's been just such a joy. I had to say that. So, especially if you're a Capricorn, because you need an extra boost right now. You need a little vitamin for the soul. And that's what I like to think of my super supporter community as. It's like a vitamin for the soul. So Aquarius, the hardest thing about Aquarius right now, they love the moon, they love the Mars, they love the nodal axis. So they're doing great. They're like Leos. But that Uranus is messing with them, just like with Leo. So there could be a little bit of, you need a change and you are kind of begging for life to change. Aquariuses right now are experiencing a revolution inside of themselves while they watch the revolution out in the world. And they are wanting to mix it up and live in their truthful self-expression. So they are being asked to get rid of the old, get rid of the old energy that does not manifest the best pieces of them. Step into your wheelhouse, step into the things that you are brilliant at and make those come true. Get a new job, get a new partner, get a new car, get a new life, get a new expression, a new passion. And because if you don't, the universe will deliver one to you. And you might not like it as much, right? But for the most part, you're doing really, really well. So manifest all those new blessings for yourself. You're on the front line of creating change, and you are a humanitarian. You can actually influence the collective to make progressive, better changes for the collective, for the world, for the environment, and also you can do that for yourself. So you're in a pretty powerful position right now. So Pisces is struggling with this Venus opposing Neptune. Pisces, do not lose faith in yourself. They're also struggling with the nodal axis, and the nodal axis is the destiny line. And so they might feel like, wow, what am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go? They might feel massively confused about their own self-worth, because Venus represents your self-worth and your likability and your lovability. And so they might feel like, I'm not loved. I'm not lovable. I want a relationship. I want a relationship that is divine. I want a soul mate. That's the Neptune Venus. And those are in conflict with Pisces right now. And so they might feel like love is not happening fast enough. Love is not on my terms. And they are looking for a deeper kind of love, not superficial sex. It's uninteresting, but a divine soulmate, a life mate, a partner that gets them at the soul level. And it just feels like it's not happening. And so what I want to say to you is that this Capricorn energy, this Achilles heel, did you guys watch? You guys got to go watch my whole playlist 2020, because I talk about this 22 degrees Capricorn, and you've got to go watch my October transits videos. I've got 2 of them. You've got to go watch the whole transits videos, because this 22 degrees Pluto is the Achilles heel of our world, not just the United States, but of our world. And it is being triggered right now, right this minute. You can see it with everything that's going on with the United States entire political arena. And it's happening all around the world too. It's not just the United States, but God pray for us. But anyways, Pisces, they have to harness their power, and they have to remember that they are powerful creatures. And even if love doesn't happen on their terms right now, it is manifesting still. Even if you can't see the progress, it is still in the works. It's in the slow cooker crock pot. And this Pluto is really serving you well. So is the Uranus. So if you're willing to think differently, if you're willing to have a new perspective, if you're willing to dump the person who makes you lose self-esteem, Venus, and makes you understand that this love is conditional. It comes with conditions. Get rid of that person, because you're supposed to have a revolution around love. This is my video. I hope that you manifest something absolutely extraordinary for yourself on this new moon. This new moon is on October 16th at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. And I want you to leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this. And this is my somber mood. I know I didn't have too many jokes and funnies, but I am sending you so much love. Let's change October and make it great for ourselves and for the world by continuing to have faith in one another and in humanity. From my home to yours, I'm wishing you just the best. Stay healthy and wear